How's it going, everybody? Texas Man here. I hope that you guys are all having a fantastic day. If you guys would, please give this video a thumbs up if you guys do enjoy it. Subscribe, of course, if you guys have not already. Also, do me the biggest favor of all, make sure you guys hit the bell notification button so you guys don't miss out on future videos or streams here on the channel. And I do stream on Twitch at Douglas447 at least once a week, so make sure you guys head over there and follow. If you guys have any movies, shows, or games you guys want me to cover here on the channel, please let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, we're going to talk positives and negatives, discussing Pocahontas, another Disney Classic Collection film. I do have a Disney Classic Film Collection playlist here on the channel, so you guys can check that out in the collection playlist area. And I will leave a link to it at the end of this video. I just did a review of Hunchback of Notre Dame, so check that out there. I plan to be doing Alice in Wonderland, Robin Hood, The Rescuers, and the Aladdin trilogy very soon, so look forward to that as well. Pocahontas, you can get, obviously, DVD and Blu-ray. You can also get it on Disney Plus if you have that subscription service. The film came out in 1995, and it's about 80 minutes long. This is one of the, not just most fantastic Disney films, but it's memorable. And I think it's memorable because of the songs, especially that final battle song where both the colonists and the Indians are getting ready for battle. That song, that score, that number is just ingrained into my brain. And if you've seen this movie at least once, maybe even twice, you know what I'm talking about. That final song right before Pocahontas' father tries to execute John Smith. I'm just like, it is so really well done. The other songs in the film are really great as well. I'm just saying the final battle song is just like top-notch awesomeness. It's a combination of everything that Disney has done up to that point combined into one epicness, and I love it. And the songs also add to the characters and they add to the plot. You know, they're not just like, oh, look at me, I'm building a nice fortress and I need to just let it go. Just like, oh yeah. As much as I like Frozen and Frozen 2, some of the songs in there are just there because they need a musical number, but it doesn't really add much to the character, plot, or the world. Pocahontas, the songs add to the characters, they add to the plot, and they add to the world building. The film deals with themes of family, friendship, love, power, and being power hungry. It also deals with tradition and judging a book by its cover before, reading the book. The colonists all think that Indians, they're just savages, and the Indians all think that the colonists are just there to destroy their land and take over without ever having any sort of meet and greet and, realize, hey, we're just doing these things. We don't mean to upset you, and vice versa. The voice acting of Mel Gibson as John Smith and Christian Bale, yes, that Christian Bale is Batman, as Thomas, both spectacular jobs, really well done, great job. There's also a really cool The Lion King reference in this movie. There's an Easter egg of Pride Rock. I don't know if you guys knew that, but go back and rewatch the movie. It's towards the beginning. And it might, I think it's part of a musical number between Pocahontas and John Smith. I'm not sure. But I know it's in there. Pride Rock is in Pocahontas, so it's kind of an interesting thing. So, just another way to show that, hey, all these Disney movies, they're actually, connected. So, I like that. Lastly, I want to talk about something that I'm sure is going to be very controversial, and I'm sure the comment section is going to blow up just because of this. I saved the best for last for the video, so I want to talk about the fact that this film has historical inaccuracies. Now, before you go into the comment section and start typing away, let me explain. I'm not a history buff. Okay? Not a big history person. I know snippets and whatnot. And if I really want to get into something historical, I will do my own research. And I will for my own thoughts and opinions. And I'm pretty good at distinguishing what's fact and not. What actually happened, what's actually just, AI generated for the sake of making a certain person or a certain group happy. But I wanted to talk about the fact that Disney's Pocahontas is historically inaccurate. I know they attempted to remedy that in the sequel, I saw it once. I don't plan on watching it again, and I don't plan on reviewing it. I mean, the film here that we're talking about is Pocahontas, so it should be diving into the character, the real life person that really did exist of Pocahontas, okay? This film has a lot of historical inaccuracies. And I'm not going to go through every single one of them. And I also realize that this film is only 80 minutes long. You can't cover somebody's entire life in 80 minutes. Okay? Let's also talk about the fact that the film doesn't spend the whole full 80 minutes just on Pocahontas. You've got Captain John Smith, you've got Thomas, you've got the governor, you've got all these other side character colonists. Same thing with the Indians. You've got talking animals, you've got a talking grandma tree, you've got so many different characters in an 80-minute runtime film. Obviously, the 80 minutes doesn't get focused on the main character. And I think that's a problem on its own, but I don't want to discuss that anymore. I want to talk about the fact that this Pocahontas movie doesn't take full advantage of Pocahontas. I think that this film should have been at least 2 hours long, and the extra time should have been focused on Pocahontas and her life. I understand that this is a Disney movie and it's a Disney animated film, but they should have, at least if they don't want to show it in animation form, they should have had, like, at the end of the movie, like a scroll text and tell you kind of what happens next, kind of a thing. And let the audience know, what happened to Pocahontas up to her eventual death. And I think that would have been a little cooler. The film just has to, unfortunately, because of the historical inaccuracies within it, has to be watched for the sake of fun. It has to be watched. You have to watch this movie understanding it's just done for entertainment's sake, and it's not an historical epic. Something kind of like Napoleon that came out a few years ago. Okay? The film never covers Pocahontas being kidnapped by colonists, her being traded as property, her being sexually assaulted. The fact that Pocahontas got married twice, she married Kocoum. So, Kocoum dying in this film the way he did is wrong. And then she ended up marrying a colonist that came and visited the New World, and when that also happened, Pocahontas was baptized and she became a Christian. That's never discussed in this movie whatsoever. It's never mentioned. Also, Pocahontas, during the events of this film, was like 16, 17 years old. John Smith at the time was like in his late 20s, early 30s. So that would just be really weird. And still, even if there's not an age gap, it has been stated that Pocahontas never had any sort of romantically involved relationship with John Smith. They met, they were good friends, that's it, no more. So I'm sure the comment section now is going to blow up with like, oh, this did happen, and no, it didn't happen like this, and no. I just, like, you know what? I did do some research for the sake of this video. So, whatever. If you're going to blow up my comment section because you're a historical buff, fine, whatever. This is what I believe. This is what I did as research. So if I'm wrong, put it in the comment section. Whatever. Just please do it peacefully and calmly, and not call me some sort of ugly term in the comment section down below. Still, guys, I think Pocahontas from 1995, it's an excellent movie. I still think that you guys should check it out. It's still a fun, entertaining movie. I want to stress that. Okay, I want to wrap this video up with the fact that I think Pocahontas, Disney's Pocahontas, it's entertaining. It's engaging. It's got a lot of humor. It's got a lot of family values. And in an 80-minute runtime, it doesn't overstay its welcome. Now, if the film was longer, if it was 2.5 hours longer, and it dived a lot more into Pocahontas herself as the actual main focus, which I think it should have done to begin with, considering that's the name of the movie, if it did that, I would have been happy with it having a longer runtime. But because what Disney did with what it set out to do with its plot and characters and world, I think it accomplished it. I think it accomplished what Walt Disney, as a company, wanted to do with the source material. I think they did what they wanted to do, and I think they did it well. So, with that, guys, I'm going to give Pocahontas a 6 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day. I look forward to more content coming out soon. Bye, guys.